Peace, family. What's going on? I'm actually streaming live from a couple different devices right now. Um, for those of y'all who are on our email list, you know that each and every Monday we go and do a motivation message video, and so this is this week's edition. So I hope this message finds you in peace. And so, what we want to cover, we're going to be short, quick, straight to the point, but I want you to internalize the message and apply it, you know, to wherever you need to apply it to. Okay? The good thing, and you're going to always hear me say this, is that principles are true no matter where you put them. Okay? It's called the law of microcosms. Okay? If the principle is true in one area, it's also true wherever you place the principle. Okay, so this week's message, as most times, it's an African proverb, and it states, we should put out fires when they're still small. We should put out fires when they're still small. What does that mean to me? Okay, a lot of times what we'll do is a small situation to happen, whether that's amongst each other, whether that's a mistake that we made, whatever the case may be. But instead of dealing with the situation when it's still a small situation, we'll let it escalate, and then from the escalation, it becomes a big problem. See, if we don't solve little issues, if you let time get in between that, then they become problems. Problems are a lot more complex to handle when we could have handled it as a small little issue. Now, again, what we always do is try to relate this to something with your health, because that's what we specialize in. Okay, holistic health. How is this something that you can apply to your health status at this particular time? Okay, so for example, a lot of you are not in a particular state in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit where you're severely damaged or having to take 20, 40, 30, medication pills every day. Okay? There are people to that point, and it's a lot harder for them mentally to make the transition, because a lot of times we have taken on that, which what we do and what people have prescribed and doctors have prescribed that we are. Okay? So it's a lot harder sometimes for those individuals to make a transition. But for the majority of us who have not made it to that point, who, may just have some little bit of weight issues, right? Or, have some, energy levels or whatever the case may be, where it's something small, it's a spark. So that's when we need to deal with our health. We need to try to deal with it then. It's not too late if you've already, have been on, some kind of, medications or things like that. That's not what I'm saying. It's not too late. People change and change their lives, all the time. If you have not watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, you need to watch that documentary where a man absolutely turned, his whole life around. We've had clients where we've helped turn their whole life around. Okay, so it's not too late, but what we're saying is it's just much easier when it's not to the point where you've accepted some of those conditions. Okay, what they say an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. Yes, you can cure things naturally, but the best way that nature works is really on a preventative level. Preventative health is the best health. Okay, so if you're somebody who you only have small issues, but somehow your perspective is making it seem like you have larger issues, then what needs to happen is you need to switch your perspective right now, not yesterday. I mean, hope yesterday would have been the best time, but not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but right now. Switch your perspective as it relates to your health. You're not in a condition where you are helpless. Okay? You're not in that kind of condition. Okay? Seek help. Seek holistic help. with everything else we want to do in life, we seek help with. When we buy a house, we want a real estate agent. Why? Because a real estate agent don't mean you can go make the deal yourself. But what a real estate agent does is it serves as a medium to help you avoid the mistakes that you're going to make along the way because you do not know and specialize into that industry. Okay? It's the same thing with our health. Yes, you could YouTube everything that you need to know. However, what about when you face two opposing thoughts and one person is saying this and the other person is saying this? So then now to help you avoid some of those mistakes, you need to seek somebody who can help you along the way that may have, been through that already. It saves you time, it saves you energy. Okay? So, African proverb again is we should put out fires when they're still small. Okay? Figure out what that means. Figure out what you're dealing with right now. Reflect on that. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. Just reflect on it. And switch your perspective because it's small. It's small, beloved. It's small. So reflect on that. Write it down if you have to. Wherever you're seeing this at, respond back, apply for a strategy call with us so that we can, maybe help you switch your perspective. I don't know. But hey, do something. Action. Take action. Okay? And again, you can use this principle in other areas in your life. Communication with your family. Communication with your co-workers, communication on all levels, anything social where it relates to where you're involved in dealing with something, go ahead and put the fires out because peace is not the absence of conflict, but rather the ability to deal with it. Okay? It's going to be a long time before we, have no conflict in this world, but it doesn't have to be a long time that we can deal with the conflict that we do have. So with that, I close out the motivation message with today. And again, reach out to us in whatever form. And we look forward to hearing from you. And we hope that you can internalize this message and apply it to your life. All right. Take care and peace.